welcome to Rotten Beans. This is going to be episode 14, and this week we're reviewing romantic comedy. Well, it wasn't
wrong.
Yeah, dude,
It's
I was going to
romance.
say, you guys said rom-com. I saw no comedy. Like, I did not laugh at all in this movie. Like, at all.
Mostly you sad.
But whatever. We're doing La La Land. And so, before we dive into our sections and talking about it, let's go ahead and give a little bit of an introduction. I go by AP.
Kenny.
I'm Jam.
And I'm Lex.
We have
Alright.
a special guest. Sorry.
We have a special guest.
I eat sweets by Lex.
I use Sweets by Lex.
So you're
Shout
not
out, shout out.
You're not gonna. No, okay.
Hmm?
I was like, this is also my cuñada, sister-in-law.
She's also my girlfriend.
There it is.
Cool. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
'Cause you just missed that whole fucking
So
thing.
we replaced one member with the other because that
He's,
dude,
traveling.
yeah, he's in the middle somewhere right now. Most likely LA. But
LA traffic.
LA traffic.
Probably.
All right, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is that this movie's broken into seasons, and so we'll go ahead and dive right into it. So spoiler alerts, we're gonna go into
6
details.
years, but it's 6 years.
Hey, this movie came out 6 years ago.
2016.
Damn.
Wait, 7 years. Fuck. Where are we?
Yeah.
2016, 2017. It
8
was around that.
years.
Yeah, it was
8
around that
years.
time.
Damn.
Yeah, I've always known about the movie, never seen it. This is the first time I watched it.
I want to see your input because I know you don't mess with like romance movies like
I'll
this.
share what
Okay,
happened.
cool,
it took me
dude,
like
'cause-
2 days to watch this.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my,
yeah.
dude, I love this movie so
it was
much.
it was rough.
Should we go into like initial thoughts or not?
Just immediately?
Like,
Which
yeah,
is, like,
I mean,
how-
I'll get like a little quick.
Yeah, because I'm
yeah.
curious how you felt about
I know,
it.
honestly, yes.
I felt like I was not a big fan of the musical stuff. I thought it was cheesy and it looked kind of like
get
lame.
it.
It was fake as hell.
But-
But like the story got better. It picked up and like, dude, it was a very strong ending. So
Dude, yes.
yeah. So
I
it
love
took me
this
2
movie.
days because I gave up on it right away, and then like I came back. And
If
it
you,
was good.
Yeah, if you like surpass, like low key, like for me, I love the musical in this. Dude, like, okay, the beginning of it, yeah, it's too much, but like when I'm a big fan of piano, so that's why I love that movie. And fun fact, Ryan Gosling actually literally took classes.
Don't tell me that was actually him playing the whole
Yeah,
time.
I swear to God.
That was him
he-
singing too.
Yeah, he
No
took
fucking
he took
way.
classes. He literally took classes. It was like he said it's probably took like more like he learned all this like within 3 to 6
Probably
months.
that last scene when he's like going
No,
like this.
dude,
that
it was
him,
really, it
but,
was really,
like,
it was
the whole
really
play
him.
was good.
No, this whole thing was actually him. He literally like wanted to like see how it is, like doing this movie. So he literally like did the most.
and this is why actors are better people than
Dude,
us. Dude.
holy
Like, they
shit.
just
Dude,
like, I'm gonna
and I'm a
become
big
this.
fan of fucking piano. That's how I love the soundtrack. Even though there's some I'm like, like you know, I get like the beginning part where like you know,
There's one song that dominated this
City of
movie
Stars?
that I liked it. Yeah,
City of
I
Stars?
actually liked it.
City of Stars.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, but those are your initial thoughts. Or-
I've seen this movie so many times, bro. Dude, I literally the first time I seen this, I was drunk as fuck.
Yeah,
And I
sounds
was
about right.
crying, bro, because I was
Yeah.
going through a heartbreak. I
Oh
was like-
yeah, you're crying.
And dude, because it's sad.
Wait, this time
And I hope.
or when? Last time?
Yeah, bro, this should go to it.
Okay, so those are your initial thoughts.
That's my initial thoughts. I fucking love this movie.
Lex.
Same. So I first saw this movie, like 5 years ago, around the time it came out. But seeing it this time around, I'm the exact same way. I really like the musical aspect of it.
Yeah.
I think the way that they incorporate like the piano and everything to like the scenes was also pretty cool. And then just the use of colors too.
Oh yeah, I wrote
it
that.
follows
I wrote
everything.
about
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a
So-
lot of color.
It keeps you entertained, I feel,
Yeah.
the entire time.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. Yeah, so those are our initial thoughts. Let's go ahead and break
Wait,
down.
Oompas?
the-
I didn't go.
I thought you did. No, my bad. We just
Nah.
jumped.
No, I
skipping
mean,
to
so same. It was a strong movie. Like when I first saw it, the singing aspect, like I wasn't listening to the songs. I was just watching the movie.
Yeah.
But this time, like I was listening to the songs. I'm like, okay, that it fits together. Like,
Yeah. Well,
So,
where would you
strong
say
movie.
this movie fits in like musicals? Like,
Dude, honestly, what
I'd
I
say it's up there. They
yeah,
dance.
I-
they sing.
but the
yeah.
thing is, what I say to a lot of people, I always recommend this movie. Like, if they want something sad and like romance, I would say this one because it's so real.
that ending.
It's real.
Everything
That
is so real. Because I recommend. I was like, bro, like if you get surpassed the whole like singing of it, is like if you think about it, it's not that much singing because it fits so perfectly well to the
It
movie.
starts off with nothing but singing, but
Well,
then
the first-
it gets,
and then it gets
yeah.
better, and then you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
and then because I think I wrote how much musicals, how much it was,
Mm.
and it wasn't really quite much because I seen
I like
Rocky,
the Joker.
like dude, I think that one had more.
Yeah.
That one has so much more. So that's why I always tell, like, if you want to watch like yes, if you want to see a sad movie, I would recommend this one just because it's real. It's a real fucking movie, dude. Like there's no happy ending, and I love
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually this is my favorite, one of my favorite movies. Like
Of
you don't
all
understand,
time.
like all time. I
Yeah.
love this movie so much.
You go gaga for La La Land.
Yeah.
All right.
He goes goo goo gaga for La La Land.
Cocopa. All right. All right. So everybody got their initial thought.
Yes.
I mean, like for me, as far as a musical, there's one song that dominates, but I still think South Park bigger, longer, and uncussed.
That's the best musical of
Best
all time.
musical I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I think the team one's better.
All right.
All right,
So
go ahead.
I'll go ahead and get started. I'll start off with the notes. So we start off with the movie saying that it's winter. They're obviously in Southern California because they start off being in traffic, and they're in SoCal, right? They're stuck in traffic listening to the radio. Motherfuckers are out there polluting the air. They should be driving an electric car, you know?
There's all Priuses.
She drives the
She
Prius.
drives a Prius.
Yeah, but the
He
other dude,
Lex.
he's like the contrast. He drives like an old, what is it, like a Lincoln or I have no idea.
Yeah.
But motherfucker pollutes like a crazy person. I'm just making that joke because I got an electric car. All right, so we get right away. We
nerd.
get into a musical piece right away.
Instantly.
There's a girl that starts singing and dancing in the freeway, and everybody joins. And then I like. Have you guys ever seen the movie Brink from the '90s?
Brink. Yes, with
It's a skating, like a skates.
who is it with?
Like roll bounce, kind
No,
of.
No,
It's
it's
Brink
like-
is like it's like what do you call it? Is it the where they fight, right? Is it,
Well, no, they have like a race at the end and
shit,
shit like
never
that.
mind.
But it's just
I thought it was like
skates.
one of
It's
those.
from the '90s. I thought I recognized the girl as being a part of it. I looked it up. It wasn't her.
Mm.
So, but yeah. All right, moving along. So, is the song about traffic? I don't know. I was trying to look up the lyrics. There's a whole ass band in the back of a truck while they're singing.
Yep.
There's a great shot of a freeway. I wonder what freeway they filmed this at. Was
Yep.
it the 101, whatever?
By Alameda.
It was Alameda. You know it? Maybe. So, dude, like, it was curved as fuck. How can they be dancing? Right? How can they be dancing? But whatever. Then we get the title card. It says La La Land, and then it says Winter. Then we get introduced to Daddy Gosling rewinding a jazz tape. He's in his
Daddy
car.
Gosling.
And right in front of him is Emma Stone in her car, like, talking on her phone. You're thinking she's actually talking on her phone, but she's, like, having a rehearsal. She's practicing because
Yes.
she has an audition. She ends up, the traffic's moving. She's not moving, so Gosling ends up fucking just beeping. Like, that motherfucker just beeps like a crazy person,
Well, it's
right?
a
LA.
dickhead.
Well, it's
yeah,
LA.
dude, that's why I nicknamed him in my notes, Ryan Douchebag Gosling. But he ends up going crazy on her, and then she just flips him off, right?
Mhm.
And that's their first interaction.
Yep.
Then we go right into where she's at working at a coffee shop. She's a barista at a coffee shop. It took me like a while to realize that this coffee shop is in the middle of like
Paramount Studios.
Paramount
Yeah.
Studios.
she
Yeah,
does
so
do
she's
that.
a barista. She has one of those electric registers that flips to give you a like. It's always a nightmare when I'm like, yeah, yeah. Dude, have you guys ever gone to these restaurants?
Dude,
and they
always.
flip it for
That's how they
fucking
are.
tips all the time.
That's
and
literally
shit?
how they are now.
It puts pressure
They
on you.
flip for what?
So like whenever
Never
they do
been
that,
there?
they go beep 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 beep, and then they flip it so
Like,
you could
I was
like.
gonna ask you a question. If you want to
Oh.
receive,
You wanna,
okay, I know what you're
if,
talking about,
if
yeah.
you want to pay, like, give a tip or something.
dude, when I used to bartend, bro, I give a fuck. I'm like, hey, bro, let's ask you a question. Like,
You tip
can
cash.
press-
You don't have to do anything if you tip cash.
Yeah, yeah. So
Like,
I always
no-
get PTSD.
no tip.
I'm scared of those.
Anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, she's a barista. She's taking an order. She gets a text about an audition, and she ends up leaving work. As she's leaving work, she bumps into somebody, or she drops coffee on herself, right? So
Yes.
on her white shirt. She ends up going to an audition where she's acting. She's on the phone. She's doing the same exact scene that we see her practicing in the car. She's crying, and she's being auditioned by some lady B-word, being on the phone texting the whole time, super loud, just disrespectful. Totally cutting her off. They let her go, and it makes you think about how like actors go through a shitload of rejection, right? It's tough. But as she walks out, there's a shitload of girls out there that are doing the audition. They look just like her. She's redhead with white shirts. She gets onto the elevator with one of them or two of them, whatever. She goes home. She's bummed, and then she breaks into song with her roommates. They just walk into her bathroom. Who the fuck does that? Then roommates break into song everywhere. So this is where I noticed that there was a shitload of color. Everybody's wearing a different dress. The walls are different colors. Everything's so colorful. And I started asking myself, where's the depressive black and gray, you know? But whatever.
It's blue.
yeah,
Depressive is blue in this movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Did you
I
know
think-
that,
is
though?
like, Oh, so is that
So
why she's wearing a blue
She
dress?
wears blue. No, like even from the beginning. So like the blue puffer jacket.
Yeah.
She wears a blue puffer jacket. She wears a blue dress.
That's,
even
that's the
before,
jacket. That's the jacket that she wore at the audition because she spilled on her
Yeah.
shirt. The
Oh,
blue
yeah,
puffer.
she's covered.
So
She's
even
covered.
then too, what do you call it? So even when she was getting dressed in that during that part, she's wearing a teal bluish shirt before she even gets dressed to go to the party.
And then in the song, when they break into song with
And
her
then,
roommates,
yeah,
they
they
say something
still
about
wear
being blue,
blue.
and she
Yep.
pops out in a blue dress.
Yeah.
And she does come out in a blue dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't looking at the the lyrics.
I went in.
Yeah, so she I just learned something. So she ends up going out with them. She breaks out into song as well. They're at the party. She looks at herself in the bathroom and sings and expresses her true emotion. She feels left behind, and it seems like she's trying to just get those personal achievements, right? Like she's not getting those goals. So yeah, that's she ends up doing that. And then I wrote down, I wonder if Hollywood parties are like this, without the coke. When I had
What it
wrote
was
that.
coke though, because
It was
it was
coke?
snowing.
Yeah,
They,
it was winter in LA, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
It
that was
winter.
cocaine.
That's a
Yeah.
winner in LA.
All right, so Emma Stone is stuck walking the surprisingly empty streets of LA. That's funny of me to write. I guess they like
But
no concern to LA safety codes. She's like right in the middle of the street. I guess they left without her. I wrote that. So did they just leave her?
I think she left them. I think
She
she, was
just
blue.
wanted to book out.
But the thing is, too, remember, she looks at the thing, she's like, "Urgh," she gets mad, like she gets upset, like
And she gets about that. She starts singing.
she
Like,
gets upset. Yeah, she gets
she gets
upset
left
because there was a I don't know. I thought I put
Her car got towed. Yeah.
okay, that's what I put. I was like, she got upset
Her
because
car got towed?
Yeah,
Did it?
I think she drove because she
Jinx,
was
you
like,
owe me a beer.
"Ah."
Órale. All right. So
that's
she
what I think.
stumbles into a jazz bar because she heard the music from the outside. When we transition into Ryan Douche Gosling after their freeway interaction, who the fuck honks like that? I said. He finds a woman in his room. It says Laura. Did they ever say who she was? Was it the sister?
It's
I
his
think
sister.
It's his sister.
It's the sister.
Yeah.
It's in his apartment. He's a huge jazz fan. He's upset that she's sitting on an actual little stool.
Wait, did we skip that?
You kind of skipped a
You
little
kind of
bit.
skipped a little bit. Remember, she
Which
goes.
one?
So she goes in. So Mia goes into the freaking the
The bar?
bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, remember she. That's when she's like, oh, like you did really good, and he bumps into her, and then
No.
Oh, wait, did we skip-
You guys
oh,
are
shit,
you're
we're going
skipping,
ahead.
like, he just walks in and sees.
oh, she just sees
playing,
that,
and
and
then now we
oh, you're
transition.
right,
And then
'cause
it's his
the light,
perspective, no?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Then
So
we
it changes
transi-
perspective.
That's my fault. That's
Yeah.
my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then
very
okay,
excited.
so he's in his apartment. He's upset that she's sitting on a stool. Says that that's a very valuable stool. He's a huge jazz fan. He's looking for a girl and seems like he's trying to find a break in life, right?
Mhm.
It seems like when's my fucking break gonna happen? He's a good piano player. Seems like he's applying to play piano at a fancy restaurant, or he's playing for free for tips. He's just jumping from place to place. He also plays at a bar playing Christmas music. And then you can hear the sarcasm when he plays the music, like he just like whatever, doesn't play it fully. But I just said you can hear the sarcastic attitude through the music. Where's the love when it comes to Christmas music? Some of the most beautiful music, right? So he starts playing slow jazz, really showing off his skills, and then only Emma Stone liked it, right? Because she was in that restaurant watching him play at first. And then he gets fired because of his playing. He shrugged her off in total Ryan Douche Gosling style, right? She just walked in and said like, "Hey, I liked it," and then bam, just
Ryan Goochlick.
Goochlick Gosling, Goochling, Goochling. That sounds good.
That sounds
Yeah.
better.
All right. Then we transition to her other auditions of what seems to be for a role in the inner city. And then I just put in quotation, "No, Jamal, you be tripping."
That too.
Yeah,
You be tripping.
You be tripping.
I put that shit too.
Yeah. And then we're in spring, and we got a beautiful transition to a Haas Take on Me, and she's at a party. And there you go.
Love that song.
Love
So from here, it transitions. They're at a party. It doesn't really say whose party it is, but she sees Sebastian. She sees him. She recognizes him. This is their third encounter by this point, and she requests Iran, and he pretty much is like nah, I know you're playing a joke on me. Like his reaction to it.
Did you notice that she was wearing yellow?
Yeah, it's right
Yeah, she
here.
is
That was my
wearing-
next note.
Oh fuck.
What does that stand for? Happiness?
So yellow, yeah,
Friendship.
means happiness, and yeah,
Is it?
it's like friendship, happiness, like just bright, like positive
And Ryan Gosling was wearing red.
and positive. Yeah.
Was he?
And I feel like the color red is synonymous with him.
Red is both though, because red
His
is
car's
also,
red.
It's love.
Because
Yeah,
red,
his
red
car
could
is
also
red.
be love, but also at the same time it could be
Passion.
anger. So
Passion?
yeah, passionate.
Passion?
anger. So depending on what you
Oh,
go for.
okay.
Yeah.
I
didn't
wrote
even
like I
realize all
wrote,
this.
dude. I did so many.
Yeah.
YouTube
So
bennies.
first
Go ahead.
note, Mia requests Iran. Second note, Mia wears yellow. Third note, Sebastian wears red.
Dude, you nuts.
And then
It's a bullet point. Like
he
fuck.
he sees her in the
Compared to
crowd.
mine, it's like a
He
whole
sees her in the crowd, and then it cuts to them playing the song, and then it cuts to them like in the party.
Uh-huh.
So he finds her,
Yeah.
and he tells her like, "I remember you. Like I was being curt. Like
Yes.
it was like a half apology. I don't even know what
What
being
does that mean?
curt,
Curt means,
I have no
It
idea.
just means like almost a dick. Like I was
Yeah.
being truthful, or sorry, I wasn't being on like
Being a bitch.
being a dick. Yeah, just
Yeah.
being a dick.
Yeah, he was being Ryan Goochlick. That's what he
Nice.
was being. And
Nice.
and
Beers, man.
then his bandmate taps him and is like, "All right, time to go." He's like,
He didn't
"Oh."
tap me. He just went. Trying
Yeah.
to play, bitch.
He's like, and then Ryan Gosling is like, "Yeah, he's not the boss of me." He's like, "It looks
Just
like
told
it."
you.
So then it cuts. The scene cuts. It's like the end of the party or whatever. She's talking to somebody. She's trying to find a way out, and she sees Sebastian walking down.
Yeah.
And this is when she's like, "Hey," like she gives him like a name, like a callback. She's like, "Can you get my keys?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Which one?" And he's like, "The Prius."
And
They're all fucking
They're all
Prius.
Toyotas.
They're all
No, they're all
Toyotas.
Toyotas.
Oh, they're all Toyotas.
The one with the green fucking
ribbon. He's like, oh.
Yeah. So from here, they go for a walk. They're walking. He's walking her to her car, and they find themselves at a view, and they start singing like "What a Waste of a Lovely Night." And
Is that an actual song, a real one?
I
I
think that's. I think,
I
it's called "A Lovely Night."
I think this is all original.
Oh, is it?
Did
Might be
you
most of
guys-
Oh, yeah,
this
it's
whole
called A
thing is all
Lovely Night,
original.
though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is all original.
Did you
from
guys
them.
notice that they might have used a lot of green screens in this
Mhm.
fucking movie?
It was like stages.
I'm
yeah,
pretty
like
sure
that.
because,
That was
dude,
not the LA
bro, because
fucking
LA, dude,
venue.
dude. First of all, like Griffith. Oh,
That was Griffith.
the Griffith
supposedly.
like the observatory, bro.
See?
Everyone's there. How the fuck
Yeah.
are they
They
gonna?
could
Oh,
rent it.
yeah.
John Legend helped produce it, bro. He's rich.
Yeah.
So they sing. They break into song and dance, and they sing
Why does she
"Lovely
have
Night."
like one of the? Why does she have that pair of shoes
I
with
don't
her?
know.
Tap shoes.
The tap shoes. She has
Oh,
tap
yeah.
shoes.
Because they're tap dancing. What would you wear while you're tap dancing?
Why the fuck why would you be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna tap dance later tonight.
Exactly.
Like what the fuck?
No, we're going.
So yeah, so they break into song and dance. The song is pretty much just describing how they don't get along, like they're opposites, and yeah, like he starts like looking at her, like he's intrigued.
Yeah.
He starts looking at her like she's putting on her shoes or whatever, and you can tell he's intrigued. I can't say she's intrigued by this point. I can't say that.
I mean, like, the dance itself was pretty badass.
It's
no,
pretty badass,
No,
yeah.
I think she is intrigued because, like, first of all, think about it. The first encounter they had, she was like, "I really like what you played."
Yeah.
That's already kind of giving a vibe that she's intrigued by it, by him.
Did she at that point recognize him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
From
She
the
was
car?
the she was
Yeah,
the
this
first
is their
one.
third encounter.
Yeah, she was the first one to
Well,
actually.
yeah, but when she's like, "Oh, you played really nice."
Yeah, this is I'm pretty like literally
Yeah.
like she even she was definitely intrigued. She was definitely like interested in.
Oh,
this
Was
person.
she with Greg already?
Yeah,
yeah,
they were
she's-
together
Oh,
for
this
a
whole time
month.
she was
This
yeah,
whole
she was-
time.
she was been with
Tom.
So you were asking if when she went into the restaurant or the bar and said, "Oh, I like the
Did
way
she
you
make
play,"
the connection of like
She
that's
knew
the guy
who
that
he
flipped
was?
me off? Yeah.
oh, I'm not sure.
I think so. Well,
I can't
anyways,
confirm or deny.
go on because I'll explain this because remember the
Because
honking.
it's his favorite movie.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite movie. But the honking though, she's funnier than my brother, by the way. Anyways, the honking scene. You remember how
You
he
said
keeps
honking 3 times.
honking, but you know how he honks all the time.
Uh-huh.
That's literally because that was the first time they encountered. He honked at her
Mhm.
because she didn't move. So I'm pretty sure.
And then
they
later,
knew.
but that's later on though that he.
But it was
starts,
also, like-
honking at her.
yeah, but that was so. I'm pretty sure how it was. It was like since it was the first encounter,
Mhm.
that's how they met.
They
so
both
it was
remember.
it was like a inside thing for them.
No,
I'm
I think
Fuck, what do you mean? No,
I think in hindsight, like when you see the movie,
fuck you mean?
he honks at her in different
Methods.
no different times in the movie. So you put it together, but I don't think Mia in that point in time was like he honked at me once.
I think no. I think what it was too is probably like
He's attractive,
they
Nice
they
jawline.
probably talked to him.
nice ass.
Jinx, you
You thought it was Ryan Gosling?
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
So
Got
yeah,
distracted.
so she did mention to him on the way up to the mountain, like where she works. She works at a cafe in Paramount Studios, and then it does cut to her at work, and her boss tells her like, "Hey, you need to work this day." And she's like, "I can't make it. I have an audition. And she's like, well, figure it out. And
boss is a bitch.
yeah, and then Ryan Gosling surprises her and pretty much just asks her, like, what time is your break? When are you off? And he's intrigued. That's how you know he's intrigued.
Well, yeah, because he fucking went. He snuck in.
He remembered that about her, where
She
she
was
worked.
helping out this lady that was mad about her drink.
about her food, her
What was
muffin,
it that was not vegan?
or I think it was a croissant, and it was a.
She wanted a refund.
No, she wanted to see if it was gluten free. She was like, I don't know, and she's like, well, I want a refund.
Yeah, she was like, let me check. And then she goes.
And then she distracted.
And then the boss starts telling her, no, you need to figure it out. And
Like,
she
well,
just walks
no,
away
no. The reason why the boss said that is figure it out like the. Because she was gonna
Shift.
tell him.
For her
No,
shift.
because she was about to tell like, oh, I have an audition this day, and then she was like, oh, like, well, figure it out.
Mhm.
And then Ryan Gosling comes out, so
Yeah.
she doesn't really tell.
She doesn't even remember.
Yeah.
So Ryan Gosling comes in, and then he pretty much she says like, "Oh, I'm off of work in like 10 minutes."
That's right.
So they start walking. Let's see here. They start walking. They're talking about like their goals and stuff. At this point, Mia does say she's been with Greg for a month.
Oh, she finally said.
Yeah, and then she does also mention that her aunt was an actress.
That's right.
And
In Paris.
they would spend a whole like days at a time just like watching movies. They would reenact movies. This is where her passion for acting came from. So this is where you learn her passion. And then they also discuss like their goals. And then let's see. So they discuss their goals, and then Mia kind of just like throws like shade over herself, or she pretty much just says like, I should have became a lawyer. And then Gosling says like, oh, well, there's not enough lawyers in the world, or what?
Yeah. Like there's
So
enough lawyers.
he's trying to hype her up,
Yeah.
and he suggests that she should stop auditioning. She should stop looking for roles and just become a writer, because of everything she just told him about her aunt, about movies, actress, like all that stuff. Next page. And then she pretty much just confesses to Sebastian that she hates jazz, and he
both
doesn't
stop.
accept this.
He's like,
yeah, he doesn't accept this. And he's like, what are you doing right now? And he takes her to a jazz club. That's what is it called?
the
place?
It's not the Van Beards.
Van Beek.
Van Beeks?
It's not Van Beeks. I think that's where he was working. I remember.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think the Van Beeks was where he was
Is
working.
that
At.
why they destroyed
That's
the
why. No, that's why. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, throughout the movie, like they destroyed the sign. She like holds the door.
That's how I am as well with the Toyota of Riverside. Every time I pass
Because they
through there,
lowball you.
I fucking flip them off. Every time I pass that Toyota.
All right.
He's gonna work. He's like,
So Sebastian takes her to a jazz club. Sebastian reveals his perspective on jazz and his passion for it. And he does say that it's dying and it's his job to give more to the world. And this is when he reveals that his goal is to open up a club and to just play jazz, regardless of what the scene is, like who likes it. And then Mia gets a call back from the audition that she did, or for an audition.
yeah.
And Sebastian is happy for her. He suggests that they go watch a movie as research.
In the
It was
Rialto.
No Rebel.
The
Without a
Rialto
Cause.
Theater.
Yeah. And
You
Yeah.
guys ever seen that movie?
No.
No,
No.
Rebel Without a Cause.
Is it good?
Oh, Rebel Without a Cause.
Mm-mm.
It's whatever. It's from the 1950s. It's what's his fucking name? The dude that only came out like in 4 movies, but he was super famous because he died.
Marlon Brando?
Nah.
They made a cocktail out of him. Fun fact.
Um,
It's called The Godfather. Oh no, it's actually called Marlon Brando.
Oh, forgot his name, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so they're watching it. It does show the scene of the car driving up to Griffith. So let's see.
Well,
Yeah, hold on, I
are we
skipped the part.
skipping it? Yeah, because I was
skipped
like,
the part.
they're about to kiss. Or wait, never
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
Shit.
James Dean.
Way ahead.
So
James Dean.
Sebastian suggests that they
Of course.
should go for a theater date, and then they
Now you know
agree.
where he got his name from.
What was his name?
James
James
Dean.
Dean.
James Dean. The sausages? Oh, that's Jimmy Dean.
What? Jimmy John?
No.
I was talking about the porn star.
The breakfast sausages. What porn star? Whoa, okay.
I think there's a porn star called James Dean.
James Dean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up. For research purposes, huh? Anyway, so from here, he suggests that they should go on the date for research purposes. Then it cuts to them leaving the club, and then Sebastian sings City of Stars on the
Banger.
pier.
Beautiful song.
So this song, I didn't really like notice what it was about, like what the lyrics were saying. Do you know what it was saying?
The I just know
City of Stars shining bright for me. So it's just like his love for her.
I think so.
That's the song you liked or no?
Yeah.
Well,
that
yeah,
was
because
one.
she's
It
there's
just
like a
sounded
line
good
where
to
they're
me.
like,
It's a good song.
I felt it from the first embrace. I think it just
He had his lyrics,
symbolizes
and then like
their
Yeah, she came
later
along.
she
came along
adds
with
to
it.
the song.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's why I think it was their song. Like it was just like their song. That's why I think I enjoyed.
Really? That was their song?
it. I think so.
I thought their song was the.
Dun, dun.
the little melody.
That's the one.
I think that's what
That's
how
the
he-
same song?
I don't.
Oh shit!
I think he got.
didn't even know that.
I think it's.
It's like
Is it?
because
It
he
is.
plays
It
it
is.
in his
Because at the
apartment.
end, yes. Because at the end, that's what he plays. He's like dun, dun. Yeah, he does play in the apartment. You're right.
That's the same song. That's City of
I'm
Stars.
pretty
Yeah.
sure. See.
Oh shit! Okay,
I want to say yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I think it's just like a different
I think
tempo.
it's-
low-key.
yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, sick. Anyway, so it cuts to Mia auditioning. She gets there. She's auditioning. She's wearing a red puffer, and she only auditions for 10 seconds. And the director's
It's
like,
like, thank you.
"Thank you."
Later.
Yep.
Damn.
She's like, "I could do it different." Nope.
But no, it's okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So she's pissed off. She drives off, and she passes the Rialto Theater, and she remembers about her date. So that cheers her up. She gets home. She's changing. Then Greg, bitch ass Greg, comes.
Rich ass motherfucker.
And he's like, hey, he's like, our date. And she's like, oh, he's like, you forgot. So, the fuck?
Thank God I muted that shit. That was
We're not watching
bad.
Godzilla, bro.
Thank God that was fucking muted. Holy shit. That was a bad one.
Yeah, dude, I
That was
I
a
think
I
bad
heard it through Umpa's
About it,
mic.
yeah.
though.
Damn, that was a big one.
Hey,
Anyway,
does the neighbor own a muscle car or something?
a Mustang perhaps?
Whoa. So Mia forgets her date with Greg. It cuts to them at dinner, and she's just eating.
Go ahead.
And then it does cut to Sebastian. He's at the theater. He's just waiting for her.
Oh, you put Mia as green. Ooh, good
Yeah.
note, because I'll tell you why.
Okay.
the meal.
No, her dress. Her dress is green.
He said green eggs and ham.
No. So I'll tell you why that implies in this movie.
So Sebastian he gets stood up.
Excited.
He gets stood up. He just walks into the theater. Then it cuts back to Mia at dinner. They're just talking about like businessman stuff. She's wearing green. You could tell she's not into like the whole dinner scene, and she hears their song.
So
And then-
okay, I'm gonna cut you off. So, do y'all know why she wears green?
Money.
So no. So actually, green in the psychology world, it like signifies that green is pretty much like new beginnings. It means it's more so new beginnings. It's about like positive and like that's one of the key factors of it. It's like just pretty much new beginnings. So that's what happens. So throughout this whole movie or with that dinner, she leaves and go on. But yeah, just letting you know. Fun fact.
What about in the cinema world? What does green mean? 'Cause
So no, I think what this director tends to do is that, like, literally, I think he literally tend to do this because, like, you could tell she was really out of it in the dinner. She
Yeah,
was like,
she-
she was like, I'm not really feeling it, but that's
She
why
just
she
says,
wore
I'm
green.
sorry. And then
But yeah,
it's
that's why
on.
she wore green because she was like, you know what? I need something new in life. She's like, I'm so adjusted to this person that I'm dating, like because they're rich.
they were
but-
only together for a month.
yeah, but like
Great.
I feel like she was
comfortable.
She was
I was
that's
asking
what it
Lex,
was.
how many dates can you get in a month? Maybe like a handful, like
perhaps.
5.
But at the same time,
I like
we're
4.
not adults. We are adults, but
Maybe.
they're like adults, and that fool had
How
money
old do you
too.
think they are?
30.
They were probably like 25 there.
No, fuck no.
They were probably playing 25-year-olds.
Fuck no.
No, what makes you think that they were
Older.
older?
Motherfucker.
They kind of give us clues, right? That she went to school and then a certain amount of years and then came to LA after she
yeah.
graduated.
So I want to say
She went to law school.
late
How,
20s.
how long
Has
does
to
law
be-
school go?
A long fucking
Okay,
time.
so from 18 to 25,
I want to say late 20s.
7 years.
Late 20s to early 30s for sure.
So like, let's say in college, 4 years to get your bachelor's, you're like 22, and then she went to law school. Maybe she gave up on it after like 2 or 3 years. And then
I
came
would
over.
say 25. But
No, I'm gonna say late 20s, early 30s. But
yeah.
that's what I But yeah, it pretty much initiates the fact that it's green is a new beginning. So that's why she was like, like I'm done. Like I'm old already. Like Which
old already.
fuck yeah, she is old.
Actually, now that you mentioned that, like they never say their age. Even
They don't?
even like at the end when we get there, we'll get there, but they never say their age. They never say how old they are.
Yeah, but
So
they're
I'll finish
adults.
up. I'll
Okay,
finish
yeah.
up.
But just so you know, that's what green means in this
So-
movie.
Yeah, she's wearing green. She hears their song. She looks around, and then she leaves. She says, "I'm sorry," and she leaves. She runs out of there, and then she meets Sebastian at the theater. She walks to the front looking for him, and he's happy. You can see it in his face. He like lights up, and she finds him. She goes and sits down, and then she actually makes the first move. Like she grabs her like her knee, and he like sees it, and then they hold hands. They end up holding hands. And then they're about to make out. They're about to have their first kiss, and the film burns out. And then they pretty much
You wanna
they're like,
reenact
"Sorry
it?
guys, like you guys gotta go. We can't show the movie." So on the movie, they were showing that they went to Griffith, so they end up going to Griffith in real life. And then yeah, they're just walking around. They
It's
have
free,
that.
by the way.
It's free.
Yeah.
Griffith is free. We've been there like a
For
handful of times.
concerts.
No, we've been to.
No, we didn't pay when we were like
Yeah,
outside
we had to
of
pay for
it.
parking.
You have to pay for
That's it,
parking
that's
and
it.
to go inside. No,
Oh no, not for inside.
Well, we went during
got
COVID.
scammed.
Hmm.
no, we didn't
No,
go
we
inside.
paid for. No, it's closed.
It was closed because of COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, we did pay for parking.
That makes
But yeah,
we
so
got
they
scammed.
they're
yeah.
walking
It's free.
around.
Anyways, go ahead.
They this is when they're looking at like different things in Griffith, and then there's that zero gravity scene. So the handkerchief flies up. They start floating.
What does that mean? Okay, so this is a question. What does that mean?
They're
What is
Love.
the symbolize though?
Their
But love.
own little world.
they're floating like they're just high off love, like high off life.
Okay.
Yeah, butterflies. Yeah,
I get that. Okay.
and what's that noise?
It's probably the
It's
name.
outside the party.
Oh, all right. Where was I?
Love.
Floating.
Floating.
Yeah, so the
Up in
handkerchief
the
starts
air.
floating.
Ooh.
It goes into the scene where they just start floating. There's like space. There's stars. They have a little dance,
City of Stars.
and then it just like they sit down. Like it just cuts to them sitting on the seat,
Yeah.
and then they have their first kiss.
And then it cuts to a scene where it goes to summer.
No, so Mia's writing her play.
Fuck. That's why it's summer.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Oh, well,
And
after
so yeah,
that,
so
sorry.
they kiss, and then Mia's writing her. It cuts to her writing her play in her house with her roommates. Her roommates are like, "Oh, you better write me a spot or a role." And she's like, "Nope,
'Cause
one
it's a
lady play,
one woman show.
one woman show." And then Sebastian comes and he beeps at her, and then it cuts to Summer.
That's what it was. Okay, it was summer. Dumb bitch. Anyways, now you're done.
Yep.
Hold on, I got to burp. All right. Well,
Okay.
now
and
it's Lex's
then
turn.
It is summertime in the movie. So I didn't make note of what exact colors they're wearing, but right off the bat, you could see that even Sebastian starts wearing lighter colors. His suits are like beige and stuff compared to
Brown.
Oh, brown.
Beige and brown. But you know, okay, sorry.
Is
sorry
that
to
the
interrupt.
same color?
You know what? So you know what brown means in this movie?
Shit.
Comfortability.
Shit.
So
Copability?
comfortability.
Oh, comfortability.
So it's pretty much comfortability, like comfort, or like literally like just that's literally the whole thing about this movie. Like that he wears brown throughout the whole movie is
Because
because
he's
of
comfortable.
comfortability. No, yeah, well that too, but also it like because I guess colors in this like well, of course in this movie just like it shows that like okay like hey like Mia you could trust me like I'm like you'll be comfortable around me, so that's why he wears a lot of brown in this movie.
All right.
Fun fact.
All right.
Anyways, go on.
I had no idea about these color stuff.
Dude, yeah, it's a big psychology thing, bro. I'm telling you, and I did my fucking research. One of my favorite movies. Anyways, go ahead.
So yeah, right off the bat, you see that they're starting to wear lighter colors. For summertime, they show a montage of their dates, and then it cuts to a scene where he's playing at the jazz club, and then she's dancing. And yeah, okay. So she's dancing, he's playing, they're having a good time, and then when they go sit down, he sees Keith, who he introduces as one of his old bandmates.
AKA John Legend.
AKA
the legend,
John
the
Legend.
goat, the
yes.
man.
Keith.
What was his
Well, he's a little
beef
cancer,
with
but-
them? What was his problem with them?
Ego, probably. I think it's ego.
Yeah, because he later explains he's like dude, he's like the other guy wasn't better than you. He's like, but you were a pain in my ass.
I don't know.
He literally says that, and he's like, oh shit. So I'm pretty sure they have like some controversial
they
shit
don't
that
go
happened.
into it,
They didn't go into it, but they just said that he was a pain in his
Probably
ass.
stole
Anyways,
his bitch.
probably.
No,
Could
I
be.
think it could also be like their perspectives on jazz itself.
Jazz, yeah. Or
But-
yeah, music.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, so there is a little bit of tension between them, and then Keith tells Sebastian that he has his group and he invites him to join, letting him know that it is going to be a paid gig. But he's just kind of like, nah, let's just have a drink, brushes it off, whatever. So then it cuts to her showing him the script for her one-woman show. He falls in love with it. He's pretty much hyping her up.
What was it called?
It was
Fuck,
called
Lonely
So
One?
Long, Boulder
Long.
Oh,
City.
so long. Oh, yeah, you're wrong.
Something
Yeah,
like that, yeah. No, I'm right.
Oh yeah.
You
I
said
said
wrong.
wrong. Right.
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck.
So yeah, he's pretty much hyping her up, and then they start talking about the fact that he's gonna open. They have a conversation about his own jazz club, and then she brings up Keith, saying like, "So whatever happened between you guys, are you gonna hit him up in regards to like his band and everything, whatever?" So then it's the next day, and she's having a conversation on the phone with her mother. And her mom is kind of just asking questions about like their relationship, how they're doing. She talks about her one-woman show, lets her know it's not a paid gig, but she's the one paying for it, but you know, she really believes in it. And then she starts talking about Keith and his dream to open the jazz club. And then the mom it seems like she's kind of asking questions like, whoa, where is he gonna go with it? Like, where's
Is this the part where he feels like where he's overhearing this whole thing?
Yeah,
Right,
he's
yeah,
like, boy, he's
he's
like
in the
putting his
other
shirt
room
and tying all that
doing
shit.
everything.
Yeah.
And it seems to be like, well, that's the part where he was like, okay, I kind of got to do something about
Get my
our
shit together.
situation right now. Yeah. So then he goes to Keith. It cuts to the scene where he's with their band, and then they start playing music together.
And then yeah, that's when he's like doing his thing,
Yeah, on the piano.
and he's like,
Right. Yeah. So they're playing the song, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you hear the little.
The
What was it
drums.
again, Kenny?
and he's like, it was this actually. It was
Yeah.
literally it was that.
It was crazy because at this point in the movie, I was thinking this movie's too perfect. Like where's the
Right.
conflict or the
Oh,
drama?
dude.
And then here he
Yeah.
goes, little fucking bits of it with the mom and shit.
Everything.
Here we go. Here's the
God, I
drama.
love this movie.
So after the wiki 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 wiki.
Yeah. So Sebastian kind of looks up like, what the frick is going on?
Rick.
Dude, my dad watches this, dude. Because as he explained to Mia, he's all into like the old jazz and keeping it alive and all of this stuff. So then he has that conversation with Keith, and then that's where he says like, you're a pain in my ass, like, but you're so good, we kind of need you, like, let's do it. So he seems to agree to do it. We're back at his house, and wait.
They,
Yeah.
Like, is this where they gave him that offer? Like,
Yeah,
it
he
was
gets
$1,000
The
a week,
$1,000 a
And then he
week.
gets
some
like
merchandise?
tickets, and I'm
He
like,
says-
damn.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Dollar signs.
Yeah.
He said, "Ro."
He said, "Ree."
Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, after this, we're back at his house, and that's where they sing and introduce City of Stars, and that's where they have like that little duet, right? So then he ends up signing with Keith, and then she quits her job as a barista
Good.
Yeah.
at this point. So then the movie goes on to show their journeys with each of their new projects. And then it also kind of focuses on the fact that they have completely opposite schedules at this point. So Keith is coming home. I mean, not Keith, sorry. Sebastian is coming home. They're sleeping. And then Mia, it shows a shot of her like drinking coffee while he's still asleep, like stuff like that. So you kind of see the toll that it's already taken on their relationship.
Are they living together? They
I
are?
think
Seems
they
like
are,
they are,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a part where he does come home and she's she has her stuff like all there.
Like all that shit's
Oh.
and all the papers too, all the paperwork and all that. It's such a mess in there. Fucking.
There
Oh.
you Let it out, champ.
Because at that point, they're already on tour. Or no. right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Yeah,
about
they're
to
doing-
get it.
yeah.
Like
Pretty
they're
much.
practicing.
They're
and
doing
that-
YouTube like interviews and all that shit.
Oh, that's
BBC
right,
Radio and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdest fucking
The
YouTube video.
messengers. Yeah, the
Yeah.
messengers. Fucking whack.
Okay, so yeah, they have their opposite schedules, and then she ends up actually going to one of their shows. So that's where she gets to see everything that he's been doing. That's where she gets to see, yeah, like his actual band play, whatever, and that's where she sees that it's completely different than what she thought it was. It's the
She was
new
like-
school jazz
she was
rather
like-
than what he. Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
So she's a little surprised, and then when he plays his little solo, you kind of see her like getting lost in the crowd as well.
Everybody just rushes in, huh?
Right. And
For
then
a
she's
piano
just slowly
player, what
falling back.
To Ryan Goochlick.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
Goose-
I love
Goose-
piano.
I would've been there
Goose-
too.
Goose-
Nah, I'll do that shit for a fucking drum solo though. A drum
Move up.
A drum.
Fucking
I'll do that
solo?
shit for a drum leg.
I'm like,
a turkey leg.
fuck yeah,
This does sound fire.
big time.
Then after that scene, it is fall.
Oh.
And she is seen at a cafe. She's working on her show, kind of sending the email to promote her show.
Yep.
And then on her way home, that's when she calls him and she's leaving a voicemail, just letting him know, like,
It's
we
like, I
haven't
miss
talked in a
you.
while. Yeah, like, I miss you.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know what city you're in right now, but so and so. And then when she gets home, she actually sees that he's there, surprising
Yeah.
her with like a little dinner. So they have dinner, and at this point, he invites her to Boise.
Yeah,
Boise?
Boise.
Okay.
Oh, Idaho.
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 Boise.
Idaho.
You're the hoe.
Boise.
You're the hoe.
You're the hoe.
I am the
Idaho.
whore.
Dude, one thing I have to say about this movie is that there is never like when they walk the streets, like nobody's there. That's not fucking LA. Where's the homeless guy with the shopping cart? Where's the fucking
Where's the
cars,
drugs? Where's the
everything?
drugs at,
Yeah,
brother?
fuck, man, all the beeping and everything. For real, fuck.
Where's the car accident?
These are the types of movies that hype up LA, and it's not like
Right.
Well, there was one scene when I ended my section.
The traffic, the beginning of it.
Yeah, the traffic. So
Traffic
there's two
in the
scenes.
scenes.
beginning.
There's two scenes. Oh no, there's a few scenes.
There's
But
so much
yeah, there's the
fucking traffic
traffic.
in
Then
Gotta hate
when I
LA.
ended my scene, he goes into the wrong way, and there's like traffic
Oh.
coming in.
Okay, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. When he's like, wait, right, wrong way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about.
So they have dinner back at their place. He invites her to Boise, and she says no because she has to stay behind, work on her one-woman show. And he kind of gets upset over this. And then that's when she starts asking him, like, well, your tour should be over soon, right? Like, how long is it going to go for? And he's like, what do you mean? This could take years. They start kind of bickering. And then they start talking about the type of music that he's actually playing. So you kind of hear them say things like, oh, do you even like the music? And he's like, well, I don't even think it matters at this point. Like, it's keeping us afloat. It's my job. And I thought this is what you wanted for me.
Yeah.
And so she's over here like, well, no. It's something that you're passionate about, so I kind of pushed it for it. And then at this point, he kind of insults her job as an actress
Yeah.
as
She's
well.
like, you're an actress. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and he tells her like, I kind of feel like you're jealous of me being so successful when you're not.
You ain't doing shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, it cuts to, well, they have that
Their first argument.
the argument. Yeah.
Literally
Is
the
it
first
the
argument
first one?
because they really didn't. They went through that honeymoon stage, and then that's when they finally like, oh shit, life is getting really serious. Like, oh shit, like I'm gonna be traveling. You're gonna be here. So
Right.
This is spring or
This
this,
is
is
fall.
summer?
Fall.
this is fall
They
now.
fall in the fall.
Oh.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Okay.
Fucking nerd.
So
Yeah, I
at this
didn't
point,
realize.
they've been together for like 6 months.
Yeah.
For half
Sure.
a
Yeah.
year. Yeah. What were they eating?
Pad Thai.
What the
Were they?
It
The
seemed
thing
like
is
he
that
was
it
cooking.
makes
Oh, but it was like
it makes me think about how much money they got.
Yeah, he burnt that shit, whatever the
He
fuck it was.
fucked it up.
He
fucked it
Yeah,
up.
he
I'm
fucked
pretty
that
sure
shit
the
up.
chicken
Yeah,
was
he
turkey.
fucked it up. The argument,
Well,
everything. He
it
fucked
might be
up.
Thanksgiving if you think about it, because like it's fall.
Mhm.
It might be Thanksgiving.
Maybe.
Just let you
Could
know.
be. Yeah, because my mentality is that this is a storyline of two. Like when you go to LA, you always think of actors or musicians, right? And like they're both of them. They're
Or porn
embodying
stars.
Right.
that too.
Oh, that's an actor.
Yeah,
James Dean. No, I'm
a
just
certain
kidding.
actor. Yeah, but I was thinking like, where's the fucking cup of noodles? And you know they're struggling, but here
They're
they
not
are.
struggling at all. It's well, the only struggling thing is their fucking relationship.
Like how much was that fucking barista job paying? You know what I mean?
But it's inside the
Well,
fucking.
yeah,
It's
I think
inside
it
Paramount.
matters
Paramount.
where it
She
was.
Because I'm
So
pretty sure you
they-
have to you have to sign NDA.
Yeah, but
DNA.
customers asking if something's
DNA.
gluten free.
Yeah.
You're
Customers
getting paid good.
customers are
And the
either people
tips.
working on projects or the people in the project.
You gotta
Right.
get some
Exactly.
fucking fat ass tips in that place.
That's a
The
good job
actresses.
for sure.
Does
Shit.
it? Oh, I don't
How
want to
do I
spoil
apply
it. Yeah.
How do I apply?
Fuck,
Fuck, bro.
Fuck, I should go to.
I should go there. Fuck, dude. I'll
barista.
probably be a fucking actor. Hopefully James Dean type.
That's a good one.
Anyway, sorry. Like, go
Okay,
ahead.
so yeah, they have that argument. She pretty much storms off, and then it cuts to the night of her show. So it's the night of her show. He's saying goodbye to his bandmates, and Keith is like, "Hey, did you forget? We actually have our photo shoot tonight."
Mhm.
And he's like, "Oh man, that's tonight. I thought it was next week." So he ends up staying for the photo shoot. He's just trying to kind of get through it. And then at one point, the photographer asks him to play for a picture, and he starts playing their little
song.
melody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then once the photo shoot's done with, it shows him kind of rushing to the show to still try to make it. Obviously, he doesn't make it. And then he sees Mia walking out, and he starts apologizing to her, like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. That's where it kind of triggers her, and she, like, goes off on him.
That shit was heartbreaking because, like, she was, like, before she stormed out, she was hearing everybody talking about, like, they were joking.
Shitting on the show.
They were shitting on it,
Dude,
and
like,
that's got to be heartbreaking, you know?
fuck yeah, dude.
And then she
And-
comes out and said, like, you missed it. Because, like, well, she was upset that he wasn't there, but, like, she's upset he wasn't there when she needed him with this emotional
Right.
moment, you know?
Yeah, and she only really knew 4 people there. Everybody else was a stranger. It was her roommates, and then it was Sebastian's sister.
Oh, was it the fucking roommates talking
Yeah,
shit?
The roommates
No,
were
no, no,
there.
I heard a guy.
Nah,
It was 2 dudes.
yeah.
it was just
the
2 random
roommates weren't there.
dudes.
The roommates are good friends,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah. So the roommates were there in the like almost in the front row, and then his sister, Sebastian's sister, she was
Yeah.
there, and there was a reserved seat next to her.
For him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for him.
So, like, that shit
4
must have
people.
been fucking heartbreaking for Douche Gosling because fucking
Douche cops.
what it, like what
Gooch lick.
one thing is missing it. Okay, I get it, I fucked up, but like being there when she needs you emotionally, like, and you weren't there for it, that's got to be a lot more hurtful.
Yeah.
And she kind of confessed a little bit as she's walking towards her Prius.
Hey, hey, hey.
Like, dude, that fucking bird out was so lame. Like, there's
She
a
was like-
moment where he's all like, "Is the car on?" Like, and she ends up fucking leaving. Yeah, yeah. So there you go.
So yeah, he doesn't make her show. They have a little argument about that, and then that's where she decides to tell him, like, it's
I will
over.
say she's on the wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry to say that, but like, dude, she also has to understand the fact that like he's a musician. He's because he has to say he has a contract. Because if not, like, I don't know, like, of course in like the artist world, like this was she kind of like knew about, like, he's like, hey, like, I have to do all this shit, like, I have to show up
They
because
both knew the
because like it's like I have to do this, like they had a compromise in a way, and I get it, like I know like conflict happened like between
That's why she gets upset during the dinner scene when he says, like, "You thought I wasn't gonna be successful, huh?"
yeah, that's the thing. That's
like that's the thing.
she
because
also has
they
to
are,
understand
yeah.
that, like, dude, I get both their perspectives. I
Yeah.
totally do. I get why she's so mad, but at the same time, like, dude, she also understood, like, she also has to understand the fact that like he is a musician and they're getting pretty big, so he has to be there. He signed a contract, like,
Yeah.
he has to have his whole.
But
loyalty
she's
towards
also
her.
like worried because he's playing music he's not happy with. He's
Right.
not happy.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, for me personally, like between their argument, it was his fault. Like, bro, if he had a
fuck
calendar, that was problem solved. They could have been a compromise.
That
and
was
been
one of my
like,
dislikes, dumb bitch.
Yeah, if he could have, had it noted, they could have compromised sooner, and it wouldn't
Yeah.
have been a conflict right then and there about
Yeah.
what you said about
Yeah.
like her needing him.
Yeah, and it all boiled over because she said that she's finally had it with the rejection, with everybody like telling her no and
She's
like,
like, "I'm done, I'm
texting
done,
while
we're
she's
done."
talking, people talking while she's not taking it serious.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, but
And she had to pay the theater back.
Right.
I
That's what she
wonder,
said.
did
She's
they
like,
say
I
that?
don't even have enough to pay
Yeah.
it back.
And
Or I
Ryan
didn't
Gosling-
make enough to
but
pay
the
it
fact
back.
that Ryan Gosling, he's like, I could pay for it. That fool just said, no, it's okay. He was like,
That was a conversation for a later time.
Even
Kenny.
more why he's a fucking douche. He's a douche.
So yeah, that scene pretty much ends with her saying, like, it's over and I'm going home.
Like
He's
home,
like,
home.
This is
she's
home.
like,
No, I'm
talk to you
going
later.
home.
She's like,
And then I thought it was kind of cool how it showed the title of her show in the back when she drives off.
Oh,
So
yeah.
long.
so long. Yeah.
Was that the
wow.
name of it?
That was
Yeah.
so
It
long.
was
Yeah.
so long Boulder,
Boulder
Boulder
City.
but she was going to Boulder City, Nevada.
Nevada, that's where she's from. In front of a library.
Yeah. So now you transition, or you still
Yeah,
have more?
that's the end of mine.
Oh, that's it?
So you
Okay, so
transition
she goes-
to
Anyways, so yes, so she does go home. She ends up going home, and she says she goes home, and that's when. Okay, let's see. Okay, this was during fall still. So there's a really and my thing is. And my thing is too, I don't know if they are broken up because she just says I'm done with everything. Like
Yeah.
I put like, are they broken up? I put
Yeah,
that as
they're
a
broken
question. But they never really.
Yeah, they're-
Oh,
They're
she,
broken up.
she
They
broke
broke
up
up.
with them
With him
at
and
the
then-
Yeah, they're
at the
broken
end,
up.
huh?
They're broken up. Okay.
Does
So
she
they're-
breaks up like? Oh, sorry, for
No,
interrupting.
go ahead.
Does she break up with him like as she's walking out from the premiere? She says we're done.
Yeah.
She says we're done. He says what does that mean with what? He's
She's
with
like
everything.
everything. Okay, okay. That's why I was confused because I was like, is it with everything or does it mean like any? Yeah. Anyways, she does that and going home. What do you call it? Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, she ends up going home. I don't know. It doesn't really say how long they were they were without each other for a bit because he starts doing his own thing, she starts doing her own thing. But he does a wedding. He plays piano for his friend's wedding. I'm not sure. Was it sister?
Sister
Laura?
It was a sister. Huh, you were fucking right, huh? So, anyways, yeah, that happens, and he's just like he plays their song again, and he just smiles and just like, oh shit, all right, cool, this is it. I don't know if it's their song. I'm pretty sure. Is it their song?
No, I don't.
But
I don't remember. I don't think so.
But you know the scene though, right? There,
Yeah.
he's like
He's
at a,
at
okay,
the
yeah,
wedding.
he's like
No,
at a
no
wedding.
plus one. Just him.
Okay, yeah, just him and
just
the piano,
vibes.
just in the piano. Okay, so yeah, that happens. Anyways, it cuts to a scene where he's like laying in bed and he's like asleep. And anyways, he gets a call and he's like, oh, like is Mia, whatever her last name is she
that's
around? And he's like, no, she doesn't live here anymore. He's like, well, this is not. He's like, nope, she's not here. And she's like, oh, like I'm calling. Like if you give her a message, like this is like
I'm from
Amy's.
Casting
Yeah,
I have a gig for her.
I have a gig for her. But anyways, so he's like, oh shit. He's like, okay, like yeah, like wait. So he gets surprised. Oh damn. So literally the next day, it cuts to a scene where she goes. It's her and her dad. Her mom's nowhere to be found.
Oh, they don't show the dad at all.
It shows the dad. Doesn't show the
but
mom.
there's no mom.
There's
at
no
all.
mom there. It's just
Okay,
her.
I
She's
didn't
sitting on the
notice that.
table, and she's like, it's her dad. It's her and her dad, in the like opposite end.
That's right.
And you hear the honk, those famous, and the infamous fucking beep beep beep.
The douchebag Gosling.
The
honk.
Jews. The
Yeah.
Jews. I said the Jews.
The Jews.
The Jews. Anyways, so he honks at her. And she's like, what the fuck? So she goes out and she's like, what are you doing, dude? She's like, dude, like you got a call from her name was like Amy something, the fucking casting person, the casting couch person. And that's when he's like, dude's like, he's like, you're a baby, like, cause she's like, oh, like you're a baby. And then
You're
she's
crying right now.
You're crying right now. He's like, you're a baby. And she starts crying. She's like, what? But because the whole thing, even before that, prior, he's like pretty much saying like, she's like, what if this is not for me anymore? She's like, we grow old. She's like, what if I'm one of those people where we grow up and we let dreams die? And that's, I was like, damn.
They're on the park bench
No, they're
No,
not on
no,
the park
no,
bench.
no.
They're on they're outside his car, Ryan Gosling's car.
Yeah.
at her house.
At her
Yeah.
house, and then they have this discussion where she's like, dude, like, what if like this is not meant to be anymore?
Yeah.
And she pretty much says like, oh, like, what if I'm one of those people where we grow old and we let these dreams die? Like, what if I'm one of those? And then he's like, you're a baby. Like, literally, he's like, you're a fucking baby. And he's like, she's like, what? And then
I'm baby.
they start talking pretty much after that, and then that's when he's like, dude, you have a fucking casting couch.
Audition.
James Dean.
James, with James Dean.
He's like, you have a casting pretty much with that girl. She's like at 8 o'clock. He was like, I'll
And
be.
she was at
Oh, no.
the performance.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
she was at the
Fucking-
performance.
How did he find out about that?
What do you mean?
Her casting.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because they called her.
They called
him.
because they
What?
were living at the same house.
Oh, okay.
So they called him. So yeah, so pretty much he answered.
That
Bitch, I was just-
motherfucker drove all the way to Nevada.
to Vegas or yeah,
Huh?
Nevada.
Boulder
That's
City.
love.
I don't know where Boulder City is.
It's I think
I thought it was
think it's like
Colorado.
I think it's an hour away.
No,
Is
it's-
it?
Is it?
Nevada.
No,
Is
it
it
is
an hour
Nevada,
away
but
from
I thought it
Vegas?
was
I think it's an hour from
Colorado.
Reno though. I think it's an hour from Reno.
Reno's
It
far
might
as
be.
fuck.
Reno is fucking far.
It's north of fucking Nevada.
It's like 9 hours from here.
That's right.
fucking
Is
far.
Laughlin further?
Laughlin,
Laughlin's
no.
closer.
No, yeah.
Closer?
It's
It's
like
a lot closer.
east of.
It's like 5 hours
Vegas.
from here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why. So they go, or he goes to to her parents' house and all that shit. But anyways, he said, "Oh, your interview," or he's like, "Your interview is at I think 12." Fuck, I should wrote it down.
Hey, interviews at 5. I'll pick you up at 8.
Oh yeah.
Or
So yeah,
something
he's like,
that.
so. Anyways, it cuts to a scene where it doesn't cut to a scene, but she's like, "How'd you find me?" He's like, "Oh, it's like the fucking house from across the
the
library." And then she's like, "Oh shit." Anyways, cuts to a scene to the next morning, and he gets there 8:04. By the way, that's the exact time. And that fool's like, fuck. He checks his watch. He's like, "Fuck."
And he's leaving.
And he's like, "Fuck it." And she's like, "Wait, what are you doing?" She's like, "I want to get coffee."
Yeah.
So he goes back in, and they go to the place where they get the interview, and she's like, they're both waiting there, and then she's like, "Oh, Mia, come through." So she's like, "Okay."
You know what I wish?
What?
They would have had a montage like in The Hangover where they're driving to.
Like
To
they
LA.
throw the fucking
Ding,
suits and shit on the
and
freeway.
she's like reading like.
You know, dude. Fun fact from The Hangover. His name is he's a famous skateboarder who the one who throws the fucking
Tony Cox.
Yeah.
what's his name? Mike
Clip?
something. Mike something.
So shit, I don't know.
So, anyways,
The-
but dude, I just
baseball
watched the movie,
player.
but yeah. But anyways, so they end up going to the casting couch. The Eiffel Tower.
There it is. There it is.
They didn't show it.
They
Sorry.
didn't show it because it was in Paris. I was like, oh, were they some freaks?
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower.
I know that, Lex. Your dad watches
At
this.
the Taj
I
Mahal.
thought we were talking about Paris.
That's why.
Lake Paris.
Lake.
Órale.
So, anyways, so the people casting her, they're like, hey, like, there's no script.
Yeah.
We're pretty much doing this whole movie around around
The
a
trend.
person, the
Yeah.
person
In Paris.
in Paris, and
Yeah.
they're like, okay, they were like, it's about 3 months or so, whatever it is, but they're like, hey, like, this is what's about, and they're like, tell us a story, and she's like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, you're a storyteller, tell us, and then boom, musical. Hold on, I gotta burp.
Yeah. It cuts to they say like there's no script.
There's no script,
Yeah.
There's no script, and they're pretty much involving the whole play.
They're giving her the opportunity to show like her creativity.
Storytelling.
Yeah.
Storytelling skills. She starts talking about her aunt.
Yeah, she's
Her
like,
face
oh, my,
lights up.
yeah, she's like, my aunt lived in Paris. Si quieres más, Alan, there's more right there.
I'm fine.
She said.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, well, it's not recording, so we're good.
Fucking PTSD moment and shit.
So,
She took off her belt.
so pretty much, yeah. So they, so she starts singing. That's another fucking musical. I think it was like the 7.
What was the name of the song?
I don't know. It's
It
in Spotify. Yeah,
Auntie in Paris.
Auntie
Aunties in Paris.
Aunties in Paris.
Anyway, so she starts saying all that shit. She's singing along and all that, or she's doing her thing, and there's like, it's like, oh,
Got my aunties in Paris, and they going gorillas, huh?
I don't know what that means.
They just stand up.
No hands.
But anyway, so she does the whole part. She does the interview. She thinks she does phenomenal at that.
Yeah.
But it cuts to a scene where they go to the, which is weird. Okay, this is where I put. It cuts to a scene where they go to the Griffith Observatory.
Yes.
Have you noticed that,
No.
bro, dude? So they're supposed to be in Nevada, or unless they came back literally the next. Oh,
Oh no! Like
You know what, that
he
makes
drove. He
sense.
drove.
When they're talking on the bench, that's
Yeah.
after her casting.
that's why.
Yeah.
But that's why.
So
the
the
casting was in LA.
was
Oh,
in
okay,
LA.
okay, okay,
That's
okay.
why
That
the
makes
session
sense.
was
Why they
5
call
That
p.m.
makes sense. They leave
He
so
picked her
early.
up at 8 a.m.
That makes sense.
Drove.
Okay, because I was like, damn, bro. Like, wait. Okay, because okay. But it cuts to a scene.
Oh, I have a question.
Oh yes, go ahead.
Do you guys think that she broke out in song and dance for the audition?
Like an actual
Or-
thing. I
or-
think
Or was
so.
Or
it
she
part
just
of
told
the
the
movie?
story.
It's fucking La La Land. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
I told you. I think she broke out. She said, "Come what may,
Oh, that's
I
our next
will love you."
Fuck, damn.
But anyways,
musical.
Yeah.
but it cuts to a scene where they're both sitting on the bench, and I think this is like the most wholesome. Like this is
It is
where
a good
shit.
scene.
This is where it gets so like interesting
Where
because
shit hits the fan.
Fuck yeah.
like dude like
Reality.
this whole thing, yeah, reality sinks in now, and it's so unfortunate how this happens because like. So pretty much she's like, okay, like what do we do now? It's like, what's going on now?
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then he's so optimistic too. What?
She says, "Where are we at?" He says, "We're at Griffin."
Like, we're fucking
Me,
dumbass.
that's what the owl fucking
Dumbass.
say. That's what the owl fucking say. This is where I'm at this situation. Anyways,
We're on Earth.
fucking in LA, dumb
Terra.
bitch. But this is where like literally shit gets so serious where she's
Yeah.
like, where are we? She's like, no. She's like, no, I mean us. And she's like, well, I was like, you're gonna get the part. And she's like, if I get the part. He's like, no. It's like, you're gonna get the part. And he's so optimistic, which I fucking, which every couple should do. You and Oompa and Lex. And
We do.
but no, you guys are perfect. Thank God. Anyways,
We're not.
like other people.
I love you.
Aw, love you too.
I
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
love you too.
But anyways, so like this whole part of like life sinks in is like, dude, it's just like, okay, so they're like, okay, so like when you get the part, and she's like, if I get the part, he's like, no, when you get the part. And they're like, you're gonna be the best person ever, you're gonna be the best actress ever, this all this other shit. And then they say a quote that says like, I'm always gonna love you. That's what she says. Mia says to Sebas, and she's like, oh no, yeah. Mia says that to him, and she's like, and he's like, I'm gonna always love you too. And then it cuts to winter. Wait, right? Does it cut to winter?
He does.
Yeah. So it cuts to, I believe, winter.
It does.
Yeah, because it says, "What do we do?" And it's like, it's so yeah. So and then it cuts to winter, and then it goes 5 years later.
5 years later.
It says 5 years later.
It's
Yeah,
winter.
five.
I fucking
years.
missed that. Okay.
See,
Yeah,
but
5
they
years.
have to.
I was like, how
old do
many
they look
years?
5 years later.
The same fucking age.
Gonna be in their late 30s.
So it's-
by
Yeah.
now,
So
right?
Yeah.
30.
no, but if it's 5 years later and they're from 30 to 35, there's a difference, right? Or
I
no?
Yeah,
could be,
they're just,
I don't
their
know.
bones probably.
So what about from 25 to 30? There's not much of a difference, right?
I wish they explained what like. I wish they could have made it quicker, like what happened in those 5 years. But anyways, so it cuts to 5 years later. Like
They don't show shit.
I know. I wish they did. Bitch, I just said I wish they did.
No, you said
dumb
I
bitch.
wish they would have did it quicker.
Like quick. I wish they did. Like they showed it, but
Oh.
quicker.
Gosh.
Anyways, so it cuts to 5 years later, winter time, and it cuts to a scene where it's they're at the same parking or the structure that where she used to work at the
Mhm.
Paramount Pictures. She goes into you see her walking with her heels. She walks into the coffee shop. She gets her coffees, and the same person that asked her in the beginning of the movie was like, "Oh, can I get these fucking coffees?" And like, "Oh, on us." And she's like, "No, I insist." She did the exact same thing. Emma Stone did, or Mia did the same fucking thing, and
She gives a fat ass tip.
she gives a
too.
fat ass tip and puts it in there, and then she
Oh, yeah.
walks out, and then she goes to her fucking set, and then anyways,
Everybody's
Her-
just looking at
her
her.
hood?
everyone- her hood,
Yeah. Everybody's just looking at her.
So
and
pretty
shit.
much that like signifies like that she made it.
She's Emma
Right.
But
Stone.
anyways, yeah. So and then
she
At this
became
point-
Emma
She's
Stone.
a star.
but then
She's a star.
Emma Stone.
it cuts to a scene where Sebastian's like tuning his fucking piano, he's ding ding ding, beep, beep, beep. And then his brother-in-law is like, "Dude, it's good. Like you're good." And he's like, "Oh, he's like, I want to make sure it's good today." And he's like, "I'll see you later tonight." He's like, "Okay, cool." So it cuts to a scene where he is at the cooking like lunch or his breakfast. So pretty much what this movie is,
Fried chicken.
I think it's hash browns.
It's
fried
fried
chicken?
chicken? Yeah,
Is it
because
For breakfast?
chicken on a stick, he was gonna name it or something like that,
Chicken
right?
and waffles.
Oh,
Chicken on a
good.
Chicken
Fucking-
and waffles?
No, you remember he oh we
No, it was just chicken.
we
It was
forgot about
just
that whole
chicken?
part. So pretty much
Yeah.
remember in the beginning or there during Lex's thing, he said like he wanted to call it chicken on the stick, but she wanted to call it
Oh.
Sebs.
Sebs with the music note
With
as
the
an
music,
apostrophe.
that's
She
fucking
made
cool.
the whole logo.
She made the
him
whole
and
logo for him.
everything.
Yeah,
And
dude,
he-
that's
what
a
did he
big
call it?
important part. Hold on.
Yeah, you haven't made a logo for
And when
us.
are you gonna?
I'm actually almost finished. I'm almost finished. I promise. Been through shit. I've been through shit. Anyways,
And she hit me with the
and then I hit it with that.
Okay, we forgive you.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, so that's a whole thing, but that makes sense. Of the chicken, the fried chicken. Damn, that's really
Know
good.
that.
So after that, dude, what I love about this movie is it's making us seem that they worked it out.
Yeah,
If
they,
you think
they haven't
about-
revealed anything.
They haven't revealed anything
Oh,
in this
that's
movie,
right, yeah.
but they made it seem that they worked it out at the end of this movie. They're like,
Say
oh,
it
like
at the
they
end.
make
Say
it
it at
work.
the end.
Yeah,
What?
save it. Don't
Say
ruin
it, say
it.
it. Don't ruin it. Don't
Oh,
ruin
don't-
it.
I'm not
You're
ruining
doing
it.
The
great.
audience,
Build,
the
keep building.
audience is listening to the movie.
You're fucking but anyways, I love that the fact they're like, oh shit, like oh my god, they so like he's cooking, like oh she's working, perfect. Anyways, it cuts to a scene where Emma Stone gets home, takes off her heels, she fucking goes and she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, oh hey honey, how's work? And then another fucking dude that is not Ryan Gosling
Or fucking Gary.
Dude, okay, so here's my thing. I thought it was a movie set. I was like, oh, I hope it's a movie. I hope it's a fucking movie
Yeah.
set. But then I found out it wasn't. Oh, keep going. I don't want to ruin
No,
your
no,
stuff.
go ahead, but no,
when
no.
they call her Mia, I'm like, oh fuck, that's her actual name.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
her husband. Dude, it's her fucking. And then she's like, "How was she?" She's like, "She was okay." And she runs to the kid, bro. And I think that was so. Dude, I remember when I seen this shit the first time. Dude, I was fucking drunk. I was crying. I was like, dude, I was so fucking. Dude, this fucking movie, dude. I swear, but I was kind of like low key crying, bro, because I was like, damn, like life is like this, bro. Like literally, like we get to the point where like, oh, we think we're like, you know, like it's a happy ending, but no.
Life does not
Oh, yeah.
stop for
Life
you.
does
There's always that one.
So that's always that when dude, and literally like it ends up to the point where like she's married, she's fucking has a kid, she's happy, like she fulfilled her dream, found someone, and like damn, like that's sad, and I'm like
Yeah.
fuck, dude, I'm just like dude.
That's good.
I mean,
It's not sad.
it's a happy
It's
ending,
not
but
sad.
not. It's a happy ending, but it's in their own terms.
I didn't feel like sad, but I was like, damn.
I think I got sad when well, I'm going a little far, but
Yeah.
when they're imagining their
Their
life
what
together,
ifs?
and then
Yeah.
the kid, their kid.
Their kid? Yeah.
But
so,
It
so
makes
I'll
you
talk
think-
about that right now.
yeah.
So, but anyways, yeah. So it cuts to a scene about that, and then you see the whole. I might be off with Ryan Gosling. him cooking. It might have been after about the whole
Chicken thing.
about like her seeing Mia seeing her daughter and all that shit. Because I like how the movie's like trying to like depict this like the fact that like they worked it out.
It shows him first.
Yeah. So I don't know when he was cooking. I don't know if it was like after, before. Anyways, it cuts to a scene where let's see. It cuts to his scene. He goes back to the thing where he goes back to the fucking to his bar, and he parked his car. First of all, blue
that's right.
car. Did you know that? Don't know that.
Oh, he switched
It's a
the
blue-
color.
he
switched
color.
Damn, I thought it was the same
It was
one.
from red to blue,
Damn.
and then with white interior. So he parks in front of there.
So what's this blue stand for again?
It's like
New
a
beginning?
sadness and like calm, but it's also calm as well.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But at the same time, so when Sebs he walks, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but he sees Mia's poster while he's walking to his own bar. He sees the poster right there.
I didn't even see that.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
there's
really?
her face.
There's a
is
face.
plastered
There's a
on that
face of
shit.
her.
Yeah,
like,
I saw that.
I
there's
didn't
a
I was
face.
thinking, like, I wonder what he thinks.
Dude,
when
because
sees
like
that
he literally
shit
looks at it
everywhere.
and he doesn't even
Keep
look at it.
getting reminded.
He passes it. He just passes it and goes to his bar. He enters his
Right.
bar, but it's like towards the end of the scene. So he goes inside.
He's like,
No, it's not
Like
even
with
that. He
Toyota
walks.
Riverside?
He walks though. He walks towards it, and he's like, he's there. He goes inside, this and that, and then cuts to a scene over Mia and her new man's talking to her babysitter, and she's like, oh, like we're not gonna be out that late, this and that. So he's like, okay, whatever. So there's another scene where she's there with her and her husband, and like she's like, oh, like I don't miss this. I think she lives in New York now.
The LA traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's from New
she
York.
lives in
oh,
so
that's
she
right.
lives in
She
New York,
came back.
and she's
huh?
like, I don't miss this at all because there's so much traffic. And then she's like, she looks at like there's like a opening to exit,
to the right.
and then she's like, fuck it, like
Just exit.
she's like, hey, do you want to just get dinner out here? And he's like, fuck it, yeah, sure.
She did see something. I don't remember what she saw, but she saw something and she said, "Do you want to get off here and get dinner?"
That's right.
I just don't remember what it was.
Oh, maybe the Rialto.
Oh,
Maybe it was the same exit as the Rialto.
Maybe I don't know.
And that's why she was like, because there's still love out there. Because it didn't end up badly. It ended up just like
Well, they
life
told
happened.
each other.
Life happened.
I have a different perspective on that, but okay.
That did not work at all. But anyways, I think like life just happened, and that's why she just, like that's why she's just like dumb bitch. And they're walking towards their car, but however, Emma Stone's or Mia, her husband, is like, dude, like, do you want to go inside?
They hear the jazz.
They hear the
She
music.
didn't get back with Greg, right?
No,
Not Greg.
Greg is done already. Greg is.
I thought it was Greg.
No, fuck that fool.
He's an American Horror Story star.
Is he?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Fuck.
Mr.
Anyway.
Dandy.
Anyways, he's long gone. So, anyways, she goes inside. They both go inside actually, and she stays. Well, he goes in. The husband goes inside, and she's like, "Dude, this place is sick."
The lights.
And dude, yeah. And then, anyways, she
The
looks.
jazz,
Emma
yeah.
Stone goes down, or Mia goes down, and she's like, "Oh shit!" And she sees the fact that it says Sebs with the same logo that she wanted for this food, and. So it cuts to a scene where she sees the fucking
sign.
the sign, the Sebs and all that, and she's like, "Oh, she's shocked." She's like, anyways,
She knows.
so they go inside, and ironically enough, there's two seats right there, perfectly.
Before you dive into the seats, when she's walking in, did you see that fucking stool? She had it on the wall. He had it on the wall.
He had it
saying,
there, and
like,
it
this
was
is
like- it was a porn
That's
stool.
what her sister
That was
at
the one
beginning.
from
From the beginning
From the
when they
beginning,
told
yeah.
his sister,
Yeah,
get the
literally,
fuck
yeah.
off.
I didn't see that. Shit.
No, what,
They
dude?
put it in
Yeah.
display.
But it was in
Yeah.
display, yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So there's a bar. He ended up calling us Sebs. They both ironically sit right there in the front fucking seat, and he's like, oh, like, hey, like,
I want to add something.
oh, go ahead.
Before they go in though, they can't see the name of the club. They don't see the sign. They don't see anything. It's just like the neon lights. They hear the music.
Yeah, it's
an
just
arrow.
there's an arrow
Just an
going
arrow.
pointing downstairs.
Yeah. So they don't know. They didn't see the name until they walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so that's what I was thinking, dumb bitch. Anyways, so yeah, so they both sit down, and then she's like still shocked. She's like, "Holy fuck, like, dude, like, this is crazy."
Yeah. He hasn't
So
came out at this.
He
point.
hasn't came out. So and then he ends up coming up, and then he's like, "Oh, this is like," he introduced the whole band. He's like, "This is and that," and then he looks down. He's like, "Oh," and he looks at. They make eye contact, and then she's like, they're just both making eye contact, and then he's like, "Welcome, Sebs." And then he goes into the piano, and then he plays their song because, of course, there's still love there. Although it was after 5 years, there's still love there, which is so crazy. And he plays their song, and then while they play that song, fucking they have this what if moment
Like an alternate universe.
an alternate universe, they end up together. But the thing is, too, is like, of
That's
course,
the
like,
most heartbreaking part.
it's dude. But the thing is, it's the most unfortunate part about everything was like, one had to sacrifice their dreams just to make like, one of them had to be like had to sacrifice like one of their dreams so they could be happy together. In this universe, Ryan Gosling had to sacrifice his dream so for her to fulfill hers. Because she goes to Paris, she does all this other shit. She's the one who's maintaining everyone, but Sebastian wanted his life as well. But that's why I was like, damn, this is so fucking sad. So of course, like it shows while they do this whole thing, like they're doing this whole like the what if moment where if he didn't push her away with hit this like shoulder.
It goes back.
Yeah,
So
it goes back to
when
from
he
the
plays
beginning
the
of the
notes.
notes. Yeah, of the fucking
It goes back to when she first heard it at the
and the
When he brushed
the bar.
her off.
Yeah, when he brushed her
Yeah.
off, but he ended up kissing her.
That's right.
And like, it's so crazy because so he ended up like pushing her, and then he made out with her, and they ended up being very happy together. And then it cuts to a scene where like Keith comes in that same bar scene where like remember how he was playing piano, and they cut to a scene where she's dancing and he's doing the piano. He's not even playing the piano at that time. They're literally just vibing, and they're like talking, and Keith comes in and he's like, no, he brushes them off, Keith, and he's like, all right, cool, and he's like all right, cool, because he's like, nah, bro, like I love this girl so much that he's like,
he'll follow her.
Yeah. So that's what happened. And after that was
All of this would have been avoided if that fucking mother-in-law wouldn't have been in that phone call.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Or
Well, he
Keith,
would have
too.
brushed her. Like he wouldn't accepted it though.
But dude, like
Because
all
of that
this, dude,
mother-in-law
all this
call.
happens,
He
bro.
wouldn't have
Because of that
Bro,
call.
they
call.
literally live happily ever after. And I think the director, what he said too, he's like, he didn't want a Hollywood movie. He said that a lot of Hollywood movies tend to end up with the happy endings.
That's right.
And he wanted to give like the fact that he wanted to give that outcome
Yeah.
in a way, but in reality, like we always think about that. We always think about what ifs. Like for example, of course, like in relationships and even in life, like where you're like, oh, like what if we did this? We would have probably done that. That's what he really tried to do. That he's like, what if we were with another person? How would that would have been? Maybe you would have been happy, but no, he wanted to do that happy ending in a way. But in reality, it's like it's not like that. It's not that easy because
Yeah.
of course they have a kid, they have a life. She ends up doing her dream, but he doesn't end up doing hers. Like we do anything to compromise for your significant other, but at the same time, like it's not that easy. So towards like that's what it is, because like she ends up having a kid. They both end up having a kid. They have the same scenario that had like they go to the bar, the same bar that her and Mia's husband goes to. They're like happy as fuck together, but it's like they both had to compromise.
They both have to sacrifice.
They had to sacrifice, and I actually wrote this down. So like, I put this where I was like, so pretty much I put, there's no happy ending if you see it in a positive way. I mean, yeah, it demonstrates the dilemma people face in pursuing their dreams while it comes at a price. It hurts to see the characters fall in love and then split off into the world to perhaps never see each other again. So it's like, damn.
Yeah.
And then, of course, towards the end, they see each other. Like, she's like, the husband's like, hey, like,
You want to stay for
you
another
want to stay for
song?
another song? And then she's like, nah, we go home. And then they
Yeah.
both walk out. And then Emma Stone looks back, and then Ryan Gosling looks back, and then they just like, no,
Just
like,
smile.
They nod at each other.
they're just like, life happened. And we're just like, damn.
Yeah.
Hey, like, yeah, I still have, like, they pretty much said, like, I still love you,
Yeah.
but like, life happened.
Let you
And that's
go.
it. And then yeah,
That
like
was
literally,
good.
it's the fucking ending, and I'm like, dude, it's such a sad ending, but it's real. That's why I love this movie so
Yeah.
much. I think this
It's
movie
life.
Yeah.
movie is so great. Love
Yeah,
is
dude,
great.
I just gotta give credit, man. I was like, I'm drunk. I gotta give credit to the beer, but fucking,
He's
I
like,
gotta give credit to
Michelob.
Kenny, man. Like, I'm a viewer right now, and I was like, just watching him the whole time, man.
I
His
fucking
the
dude, I
storytelling was
love, bro. I
The storytelling
love
was
this
good.
movie, dude. I love this movie. Like, dude, this
Yeah.
is one of the movies. Like, dude, I'm telling, like, cause, dude, man, I don't know. Like, life is not
good. Yeah.
great. I mean, like, life is hard. Life is hard. That's all I gotta say. Like, life is hard.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this movie, dude. It
It's a
just
good movie.
shows so much about how real life is like that. Like
Yeah.
we have to sacrifice our stuff to really fulfill ourselves.
Yeah, that's why this movie started off lame, but it had a strong ending.
I fucking love this movie so much.
Should we get into hits and misses?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm down.
The beer.
Let's
I'm
start
down.
with Kenny. since
So
he
that's
just-
kind of
Oh,
part of
me?
the podcast.
Okay,
He's in the
hits or
zone.
misses. Okay, look, honestly, miss, bro. If they communicated, if they just
Yes,
fucking
yes.
communicated, they could have been together fucking forever and happily ever after. But they didn't communicate, and that's you know what's crazy though. I think this is what lacks of about today's society. Like, bro, a lot of people in a lot of relationships, dude. Like, I just got one. Unfortunately, it sucked so bad. But dude, communication is the one of the big things that people lack on this. And like, I guess I'm young. I know Alan, you're a little older than me.
Oh,
But like,
You know
It
what
was
the biggest killer
unnecessary.
is? I can tell you from experience, it's pride.
dude,
It's pride.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
why out of all the sins, I think pride is one of the biggest ones.
Mm.
Yeah.
but I think, dude,
Hello,
human
William.
communication, dude, that's why, like, dude, communication just fails with relationships in this world right now. That's why I'm like, dude, like, a lot of people break up, a lot of people fucking do this and snap. Like, dude, communication is a big thing, and that's why I think this fucking movie, like, it's so accurate that, like, dude, you're just like, holy shit, like, dude, because they could have just communicated and they could have been happily ever after, but no, like, they didn't communicate. They found their dreams. They found their person, or Ryan Gosling didn't find his person, but at the same time, it's like, oh shit, like she found her person, and that's from reality.
But it's
like,
one of those things where, like, it's a movie. It was too perfect. And then they had to draw a little drama.
Well,
dude, this movie's so
a little-
fucking great.
I'm gonna add to that. So
Go ahead.
You
Hits
said-
versus. That's my
you-
only
you
miss though.
said-
I love this movie though.
you
Oh,
said
beautiful. Chef's kiss.
You said he ends up by himself and she finds her person and blah blah blah. But
how
she
life
started
is.
the movie with her person and he started the movie by himself and they ended up right back where they started.
Yeah.
She has a person and he doesn't. So I don't know. It's just characters. Like he's a very
Character building.
like you. He's a very
Life happens.
he's a very independent person.
Yeah.
So I think he was okay with letting her be. Yeah, letting
Letting her fly.
her do her own thing, and he was okay with doing his own thing.
Life happens.
So
though,
it's a
man.
sacrifice. It's a sacrifice,
Life
but
happens.
there's a parallel. Like they
Did
go
you
back
guys
to
say
the
what
same
color fucking
He still wore
suit
brown.
at
He
the
still
end?
wore brown.
It was
thing.
brown.
His tie was blue.
Was it blue?
I think so, and she was wearing a blue dress.
No, she was wearing black.
No,
She
the
was wearing
lights,
black.
the lights
I
were red.
promise you she was
So
wearing
the
black.
lights were
I
red.
actually wrote that.
Yeah,
She's
so
wearing
the
black.
lights were red. So blue and
No, it wasn't.
and
She
red
was not
makes,
wearing red.
makes a
She was not wearing red. She was
no,
wearing blue.
no, she was wearing blue.
She was not wearing
That's
blue.
what I said. Yeah, she
That's
was wearing
right.
blue. So the lights.
You said
so,
red.
No, the lights were red. So the lights were red. We can roll it back. But yeah, the lights were red. She was still wearing blue. I think he was wearing a blue tie. But red, the red lights, that's all that's been in there like since
The whole
since the
time.
beginning.
Mhm.
When they met at the club, the lights
Red.
are beaming red on
Outside.
her and she walks in, blah blah. And then when they break up at the Rialto, the lights are actually purple. And then when she walks in again, the lights
Hmm.
are red.
All
Yeah.
right. So,
So-
those are you guys' misses?
Oh, dude. What
No.
else miss was
Yeah, I'll let you finish.
I don't. The only miss too is what like during the time from the 5 year gap. I wish they could have like quickly done what they were doing in the 5 years
Yeah.
because they just literally immediately skipped from his and then went. I mean, it's like 5 years later in the winter time.
Mm.
I wish they kind of explained it more because they did it so many times in the movie throughout the movie. They were like for example when they broke up they kind of show what they were doing while they were broken up, and like when they were dating as well during the summertime they also showed when they were what they did like throughout the whole outcome, like where they like went to go travel, they went to all this other shit. Like I wish they showed more of that within the 5 year gap, and I'm like they kind of just skipped throughout that. And I'm like, dude, like
For
did you guys get in
stardom?
contact?
Maybe for
Were you guys
stardom.
in contact like with after a year? Like you guys texted, but you guys like were too busy that you guys stopped texting for a bit. Like what? I wish they just showed that more, and which was kind of a miss for me because like dude, if you, in my opinion, like the love of your life, if you think that's your person, like my thing is like you would text that person, like you like how are you? How's this? How's that?
You gotta hold out a little bit.
So it's like, dude,
For
what the
them.
fuck happened? Like, it doesn't show that at all. It just shows like they were at the Griffith Observatory, and then 5 years later, she's fucking married to another dude. And I wish they showed that more. I just wish that because it's like, dude, I wanted to be sad. I fucking love sad movies. Ugh.
Yeah, I think I would have held out a little bit more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. Then I,
5
I'm one
years.
of those fucking people that just fucking suffers on their own a little bit more. But yeah,
Well, that's
I mean-
my misses. That's my miss. I love all the hits.
my
were
miss
great.
is that this is a fucking musical. I fucking hate
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's so fucking. Oh, it was so tough at the beginning, especially that song with her roommates. Fuck that song, but it was so fucking fake. But then once it picked up with an actual story and everything, it got good. Yeah, that's my miss.
My miss would low key piggyback off of Kenny's, and it's just that maybe it's me putting myself in their shoes, but I'm like, so much could have been avoided if you guys just communicated.
Yeah.
Or just little things that I'm like, I would have done this way, but okay.
Yeah.
That's really much it. That's pretty much my miss.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I mean, hits. It was camera work is amazing. The color schemes that they were using, like
Colors.
everything was
Beautiful.
good.
Beautifully
even
done.
when they would break out into song and dance, like I don't like that mostly like
Yeah.
musicals and all that, but this one was good. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that would be like my miss, just like the song and dance. When I saw it initially, like I wasn't paying attention to the songs, the lyrics,
Yeah.
and then this time I watched it, or
City of Stars.
yeah,
City of Stars.
this time I watched it
Banger.
and I was paying
Banger.
attention to the lyrics and I was tying it back to their characters, their story, everything. So it was just a well put movie.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I disagree with the 5-year gap. They did skip a lot throughout the movie. Like they would just change the season and it's just up for interpretation.
Right.
So same thing with this, like it's up for interpretation. We all know how long distance relationships goes. Like they could have tried it, they could have not.
Maybe
They
but
didn't end up
Cut
together.
off contact.
Maybe they did. But we
Maybe
just
they're
didn't fucking
toxicos
know.
and they just stopped and
It's just tough.
yeah, maybe you never know. So
Well, love
I
is
do like that.
hard.
It's up for your own mind to just figure out like what happened. Like it's just your interpretation of it. And to me, I just think, yeah, life goes on.
Yeah.
Life goes on. It doesn't stop. It doesn't wait. And he moved on. He did his thing. She moved on. She did her thing, and that's it. So yeah, I mean that was my only miss, was the musical aspect of it. It took me what, like 7-8 years, 7-8 years to like tie the songs and the lyrics back to the characters. When I
Yeah.
first saw it, I didn't do that.
When I want to feel something sad, I watch this movie because this shit's so. Or Stuck in Love. Or
No,
Perks Being Wallflower.
Because I do
Or
kind of
Stepsister
want to.
stuck in the washing machine.
I do kind of want to add to that, Alan, how you're like, oh, like the song with the roommates. That song itself talks about like her meeting someone and like
Yeah.
there's someone in the crowd.
I'll be
and, like,
honest,
so
I didn't see the
So
lyrics.
it's like, yeah, that's why I'm
I
like,
just
if
see
you
the
kind of
lyrics.
because that's one of my hits,
Yeah.
the musical score
The
of the
actual
entire
lyrics
movie.
suck.
Yeah. Like it's just so cool how they tie everything back, and then even like their little melody that they always hear
Yeah.
and like remind them of each other. Like,
So we're
I
just
think
gonna
that's
point it out right now. If you're the musical lyricist for this movie and you're listening to this podcast, fuck you suck.
It was John Legend,
It was John Legend.
and I fucking love him.
Oh, he has. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, fuck it.
So is that
Go
it?
ahead. No,
Did we
I
all-
don't know if you.
Well, my hits.
That was it.
It's probably gonna be Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. What?
Yeah, fucking.
This movie prepared him for Kenergy.
right.
Energy.
The
Barbie.
Barbie movie.
Oh, really?
You never watched
Is
it?
that what got him the
He
position?
sings
No,
and
I got,
dances.
I got
No.
that fucking.
No.
Nah.
In that movie, he played a dumbass really well. Like,
they're
it was
all
great. Yeah.
Barbies were-
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I fucking hated him, and then the dude was a good
Have you ever
character
seen-
towards the end.
And
Between
this
the
one?
Pike-
Have you guys ever seen that movie he came out with, the stunt double one?
Nah, yeah, I
Oh
want to
yeah,
watch
yeah,
it.
that one's good.
That
Actually,
one's really good.
It's
Yeah.
Stuntman, right? No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
something,
Stuntman.
something like that. But he's in love with the director, and something
With
similar
Emily Blunt.
Yeah, it's something similar happens in that movie.
it's really good.
Oh,
It's
really?
actually
Yeah.
really fucking good.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it, but I never.
It's because it's like it's very similar to this one because he's like
action.
a stunt double and shit, and he's dating the director, and she's trying to find her
Dying.
break, and he's like trying to sacrifice to give her break.
Yeah,
and she
literally.
ends up becoming a fucking good.
But
director.
he ends up quote unquote dying.
yeah,
He
yeah,
doesn't.
whatever. But Ryan Gosling did a good job in this fucking
Honestly,
movie.
oh sorry, but this is a round of bean of approval for me.
round and bean of approval.
I fucking love this movie.
So, like, 5 out of
fuck-
5?
dude. 5 out
driving
of
into
fucking. 5 out of
Yeah,
5
yeah.
for sure, bro. I love this movie, bro. Like, I would recommend this to anyone. Like, if they want to feel sad shit, this is it.
So like in regards to like, so we're putting it on regards to romantic movies, like where it stacks up. Yours is
No,
you
any
know,
movies, like
yeah.
any like movie that's
in general.
bro. Cause like, dude, there's good ones. Yes, I get it. Like, but this one,
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say this is a
dude, because
rotten bean of approval, just because the story tells you from beginning
it's
to
real.
end.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
And it doesn't
It's life.
sugarcoat. It doesn't do
There's
any
no
of
happy
that.
ending. Now, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
say. I mean, maybe there is a happy ending. Like if you see it in
In
a
the
different
future?
perspective, in a different perspective. Like
maybe.
Yeah,
they both,
they have a happy ending.
but on
She
in
has
their
her
own
family.
terms, in their own terms though.
Yeah,
they have a
like
happy
she-
ending on their own terms.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that's
I
a
love
happy
this. I
ending.
love this movie. Yeah, but I love this
Yeah.
movie.
If you have a happy ending on somebody else's terms, is it really a happy ending? No.
It's life,
Gotta
man.
be a little selfish sometimes.
This is
I
life.
don't know.
Like it's life.
If it's a happy ending on your terms, then yeah, it's a
Yeah.
happy ending.
It's life, man. It's life.
Yeah.
That's why I see it. It's life.
Uh,
It's a beautiful movie.
For me, I gotta give it. I'll give it a 4. 4 out of 5.
Sick. As a musical?
As a movie in general, which is
sick.
actually pretty good because I was gonna lower. I was already thinking of a 2 when the fucking musical was playing and everything. I was already like, but
Said
then
first
it
5 minutes.
then it gained ground.
Yeah.
And then it's a 4
Okay.
for me.
I actually agree with Alan, a 4.
Yeah.
Really?
A
Fuck
4.
you.
Kenny just doesn't have good taste in movies.
So,
What the fuck
so
you mean?
Just
both of
kidding.
you said you wish they would have flushed out the 5-year gap, and then what did you say for your miss? A musical? I
Uh,
said musical too.
Oh, I
It
thought
was
it
so
was a
fun.
musical. I
But
probably just don't
they
like
didn't have to make. They really did not have to make this a musical.
I did not say about the 5-year gap.
That's.
I-
what
I
did
said
you
the
say?
communication part.
Oh.
The
I don't give a
5-year
fuck.
gap,
They
I feel
both said that.
like
They both said that.
Yeah.
they kinda-
Communication part, yes, I get it, but the thing is, like, bro, like that's real though, because like, bro, to this day, bro, people don't do that shit.
To this day.
To this day. To this day. Anyways, John Jones won.
Oh, did he won?
He won.
Fucking
He did it.
asshole,
He did a
was-
three. He did a 360 kick on his ribs.
Damn, my
Which
God.
was cool. I was fucking watching the highlights. I was like,
What,
yeah.
what position is that?
Anal.
Yeah.
But
So
toe in his ass.
yeah, this movie I did like it though. Just one final thing to say, like the color schemes and all that, like they did a lot. Like,
Now
it
that you
was-
guys presented that, yeah, that's creative.
Yeah, they did so much. Like I don't know. Plus, this was like their second movie or third movie that they did together, so they had really good chemistry.
What was the first one?
Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, I fucking
um,
love Crazy Stupid Love.
Have you seen that one?
Favorite
With
rom
Steve
com.
Maybe.
That's actually a really great rom
Is
com.
that the with the several stories?
Carell? Yeah, with
Yeah.
Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Zoom, favorite rom com.
Wait, no, I think you're thinking of the one with George Lopez, Ashton Kutcher, Taylor Swift, Taylor
you're thinking of
Lautner.
the
Thousand
Valentine's Day.
Stories.
That's
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
No, I love, dude, Crazy Stupid Love, favorite rom com. That's
Is
actually
that the one where the fucking cover is that's the heel? And then somebody.
No,
I don't
that's
know, never
that's
mind.
Date Night with Steve Carell
Oh, never mind.
with the
then.
heel.
I know that like
No.
there's a cover.
Crazy Stupid Love is one of my favorite
Yeah,
rom coms.
that's the one I was gonna.
That's
that-
a great
That's the one I
rom-com.
was gonna suggest.
That's a
but
great rom com.
We're just like, oh,
because there's a twist at the end, so you're like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, I love that movie
Alright.
so much.
Well, fucking all right.
So
So
credit to everybody that worked on that movie. This movie's fucking great.
This movie's great. I love this movie. Oh, but anyways, before we finish, you know what's funny? Jimmy Kimmel, so was Moonlight and La La Land. They were supposed to like they were voted off for or they were voted for Best Picture.
There were nominees.
And yeah, they're nominees. And Jimmy Kimmel was like, "Oh, it's La La Land." And then they went up to the thing, and then they got the letter thing. They were like, "Bro, this shit says Moonlight," and he was like, "Oh shit, it does say Moonlight."
He did that shit on purpose.
And then
Yeah.
so they're like, "Oh shit, Moonlight," and then the guy from who worked in the movie, they're like, "Oh shit, Moonlight actually won, not us." And they're like, "Oh, this and that," and he's like, I'm sorry." Yeah.
yeah.
But this is a movie though. This was back in like 2016, 2015. I don't remember.
I
but
think I kind of
I remember that. Yeah.
but yeah, anyways, I fucking love this movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. Even though it's musical, I don't give a fuck. This is
All right.
a beautiful movie.
All right. Well,
Anyways.
Nice.
thank you for tuning in to episode 14 where we covered La La Land, and,
And then
it was
next
another
week,
great episode.
Maybe